I haven't seen leftist crash outs this funny for a very, very long time. This time targeting Caleb Hammer. Caleb Hammer is a finance YouTuber that essentially does audits of poor people and tells them how they're wasting their money and how a lot of them are actually kind of tarded. Now, the funny thing is, he's not right-wing. He's really not. He's pretty center. My guess is socially he's left-wing. If I had to guess, I think fiscally he's more right-wing. I think socially he's probably more left-wing. That's the vibe I got. But they are harassing him, calling him a Nazi, and blasting him, honestly, because no one has done a better job, in my opinion, for exposing the left for being a gigantic group of babied losers like this guy, because he'll get some leftists on that, oh no, we need communism, we need socialism, I'm so poor, it's all the government's fault, and he'll be like, bro, this is literally all of your decisions. Like, for example, here's a little clip that they're trying to cancel him for.
What do you do for a living?
I'm currently unemployed.
Whenever we have arguments about our financial situation, it always boils down to it would be better if you had a job and an income. And I feel like you could do more. Like, you know, you sleep in a lot, and I'm cooking, cleaning, taking care of the animals, watering the plants.
I water my plants. You don't water my plants.
So she does nothing. She does nothing. She waters her own plants, contributes absolutely zero to the relationship, nothing, absolutely nothing to the relationship. Meanwhile, her boyfriend / cuck, works, does everything. She doesn't have a job. She's useless, and she's crying that she's broke and society's not fair to her because of all her mental illnesses. So this basically just said, wow, leftoids, you guys are fucking retarded. That's essentially what happened. Like, this just proves that the leftoids are pathetic, and they should actually just get jobs.
I still, like, contribute in every area on top of working. I am worried that you're taking advantage of me a little bit, you know?
You've never said that before.
I've been trying to communicate, you know, like, hey, you could put in more effort. There's definitely an imbalance. Like, I'm kind of doing everything and you're not even working.
This isn't couples therapy, but in settings similar to this in couples therapy, that's where the real thing comes out. That people hold back from wanting to say in person because they don't want to start an argument at home. What do you...
And the reality is, it's stuff like this, essentially, that makes the left look absolutely pathetic. Here you have nose ring Karen extraordinaire who refused to do literally anything in life. Literally refuses to do anything, doesn't have children, doesn't raise that family, doesn't clean the house. She's literally a parasite, and she blames society when it's completely her fault. So no one's done a better job at exposing leftists like this hyper non-political show that just shows that most of leftist complaining is just absolute feminized baby bullshit. And it's amazing. So now they're all trying to cancel him because he is an enemy. Not really a fan of Caleb slowly grifting to the right. Caleb has undoubtedly helped many people get their finances together, and the show format helped bring attention to the poor financial decisions and help teach people about financial responsibility. Love that, and I still enjoy his show. But on Twitter, Caleb is clearly soft launching a right-word grift that's so inauthentic in my opinion. What do you think of it? Caleb says, I've done 3 things, called out scam accounts, pointed towards economic policies that don't work in countries, only statistics, and said repeat violent criminals should be away from the general public. If you're considering this grift to the right, you might be an extremist. The reality, however, is not that. The reality, however, hot take, really, really hot take, is that the left is retarded. That's the hot take. It's not the radical left, it's not the extreme left, it's the classic left. The classic left is a brainwashed, bumbling pile of slop. Alright? So they are gonna immediately call everyone that's, I don't know, financially responsible, that's a right-wing grift. If you want criminals to not be able to rape and murder people, well, that's a right-wing grift. If you point out different countries that have economic problems, coincidentally, all of those countries happen to have mass immigration. So you must be doing a right-wing grift, because it's all the countries with mass immigration ruin everything. Now, I'm going to tell you an incredibly hot take. This is going to destroy your mind. You know, if you deported all the illegal aliens, the job market would be better, the housing market would be better, traffic would be better, the healthcare situation would be better, lines in grocery stores would be better, lines in hospitals would be better, all forms of life would be better. In fact, school grades would go up, the average grade, crime would go down. So, you know, I'm not trying to be racist here or anything, or xenophobic, as they like to say, but deporting all the illegals would drastically help the country. That is not, it shouldn't even be a right-wing opinion. It is now, because the left is a hyper-cucked, radically feminized, emotional pile of shit. So anyway, that's my hot take. So this guy tweets, we live in an era where they're trying to normalize Islamism, Nazism, and communism rejected. All right, it's a pretty basic tweet. All right, pretty basic stuff. All right, whatever. So this guy with a communist flag, a trans flag, and a Palestine flag in his profile says, I think communism is something we should normalize. We should normalize communism. That's right. You thought Nazism killed a lot of people? Communism killed more people than Nazism. But absolutely, we should normalize all of this. Yes, yes, yes. Transgender, she, her, bisexual, 17-year-old, communist, far left, atheist, Swedish, LGBTQIAA+ activist. Thanks, guys. Very cool. Wow. Insane. So Caleb Hammer says no, because if you look at this very, very obvious graph, people fucking die under communism. I know, this is pretty hot. This is a crazy hot take. I know. Isn't this a crazy hot take? People die under communism way younger. So this is a pretty honest opinion, right? Because realistically, communism is an inherently violent ideology that cannot actually survive. It's not feasible. It's not a feasible ideology. This is the reality, for the record. A lot of you are unaware of how this works, but in order for communism to exist, no one is incentivized to work because everyone gets equal shit. And you need some sort of government oversight to control everything, and it basically always props up a dictatorship, and it also means just killing the old people, because why should you actually give them anything extra? Communism means everyone gets equal, so why should the old people get extra help? And essentially, the life expectancy drop-off is drastic. This line is the end of communism, and look at how Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania, Poland, and Czechia actually completely skyrocketed. Average age increased by 10 years just by ending communism. Isn't that crazy? So the reality is, communism is terrible because it kills people. That's his take. Shit, I lost the follow-up. Damn it. There's a follow-up to this. Bro, I can't find it. Nope. No! All right, whatever. So anyone basically called him out for this one, saying, wow, you must be a radical right-wing guy if you're anti-communist. Whatever. Anyway, so it gets even funnier. So this is a video in Europe about how all these different European retards were destroying their nuclear power plants. All right. So this is a perfectly functioning nuclear power plant. And they destroy it. And he's like, yeah, we're saving the environment. We're saving the environment, guys. We're the goats. We're the goats of environmentalist retards. We did it. We saved the environment. In hindsight, maybe demolishing perfectly fine nuclear power plants wasn't the smartest move for an ecological, economic, and geopolitical perspective. Good luck, Europe. And Caleb Hammer says, objective fact, I swear Europe is trying to play reverse civilization. True! They're destroying their progress. They're just importing people from third world countries, and Europe is slowly dying. So this is essentially what he's saying, reverse civilization, and people are blasting him for it. Blasting him. How could you possibly say that? Wow, you're against immigration, you're pro-nuclear war, you are a radical right-wing guy. Now, this is a story. A Kentucky child killer who slaughtered a boy is released 9 years early for good behavior and allegedly killed another boy. All right? Is this not the most insane thing you've ever seen? I don't know what's up. So he's like, what are we doing? Essentially, maybe we shouldn't be releasing violent criminals. Maybe we actually should not be releasing violent criminals from their jails. Murderers and stuff, maybe they should stay in the hole and they shouldn't be in public. And people are attacking him. Did you not read it? He behaved good, bro. And they're harassing him. Wow, you're radical right-wing anti-crime, bro. Maybe he was just mentally ill. Maybe he was just a mentally ill guy. Blindly conformed to our communist retardation. Oh my god. So essentially, that's why he's considered a radical right-wing guy. So this guy says, I unironically think Caleb Hammer is one of the most socially corrosive figures in America right now. Isn't that amazing? This is the leftist talking points. You know why he's socially corrosive? Because he's telling you that you actually can get a job and can get yourself out of debt. And it's not the government's fault. And it's not the fascists. And it's literally because you made terrible life decisions and you're a fucking degenerate. That's basically what he tells you. But apparently that makes you the most socially corrosive person online. The majority of people are such cattle, they don't even realize that Caleb Hammer's content is grooming them. They're being groomed. With a disdain of anecdotal amount of low impulse capitalism victims to conclude everyone deserves less. So this is a response saying, hey, you could do better with money management. Holy shit, you're a fascist. So this guy's saying that you're being groomed by Caleb Hammer. You're being groomed to thinking that capitalism is okay. So Caleb Hammer responds, hey guys, I'm grooming you. True. Objectively true. He's grooming people into actually deciding to pay attention to their spending and maybe invest their money. So, actual Justice Warrior responds, and I think this is completely correct. Caleb Hammer becoming enemy number one of the left because his show inadvertently reveals what everyone who knows broke people actually sees daily. That they very often make poor choices, have victim complexes, low impulse control is legitimately hilarious. The reality of the matter is, the reason why everyone hates him is because he is revealing on a massive stage, not for political reasons, just for financial reasons, that leftists are retarded and terrible at making life decisions and terrible of acknowledging that the victim accomplice narrative is bullshit and they have low impulse control buying whatever fucking furry bullshit is happening in the world. So the reality, the truth nuke, is that Caleb Hammer is doing a fantastic job by showing people that they're making terrible life decisions. He's just basically completely exposing the left. I mean, he's not only having leftists on his show, right? Well, the answer is he almost only is having leftists on his show because a conservative guy is like, you know what? I'm going to get a fucking job and actually make a living. I know, it's pretty crazy to even consider that, but that's where we're at. So, Sydney Watson just made a video. The leftists absolutely hate Caleb Hammer. I think this is hilarious. This entire topic is just absolutely incredible. It's like all the people on welfare and all the retards, they hate Caleb Hammer. They hate him because he's like, yo, why are you on welfare if you can get a job? And they're like, well, actually, I need to be on welfare. I have 47 self-diagnosed mental illnesses. And, like, bro, that person, you're retarded. No. You have one mental illness that you're retarded. All right? Get the hell out of here, bro. So, anyway, let's watch leftists crashing out on this guy.
Whenever I first saw
this dude looks septum piercing every single fucking time. This is welfare queen over here.
all the financial audit channel, I made a video about him and how I thought that his content was like a proponent of the alt-right pipeline.
The alt-right pipeline, telling people not to waste their money. Doesn't that make sense? The alt-right pipeline. He has some people on his show that end up in crazy debt because they ended up spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on gender-affirming retard shit. And he's like, yo, maybe you shouldn't actually do any of that. Like, that's the craziest part. They're canceling this guy for telling people how to save money and how to get a job. Like, apparently, get a job is a alt-right pipeline ideological fact. Is that not incredible? I think it's incredible.
Channel, I made a video about him and how I thought that
it's just so good. This situation's amazing because it really just teaches us what we know, that the left is just literally a cesspool of crybaby emotional retards. True.
his content was like a proponent of the alt-right pipeline.
Do we ever get to have a break from just objective silliness?
No.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. Just a quick note, everybody, before we do the video, we are rapidly approaching Christmas and with it all of the shipping deadlines to get product to you before Christmas. So if you would like some of my tea from Lion's Tea Exchange for yourself or for a loved one, please make sure that you place your orders before December 12th. I mean, we could probably push it to December 15th, but 12th I'm happy with because that gives me time to pack and ship everything. So now would be the time to place orders for Christmas gifts.
Nice.
Or just if you generally want to drink some tea. Of course, this year we have a much bigger wooden gift box which has the removable divider. Should go by a multitude of reasons. I am perpetually fascinated when classical liberals or centrists are referred to as right-wing.
Dude, I love when, because the left is so far left right now. The left is so far left that even relative centrists are considered alt-right because they tell you to get a job.
Simply because they're not foaming, lunatic, insane people. Sorry to be the bearer of bad tidings, but so many of you are getting gulagged along with us righties when the left gets back into power. I guess unless
that's so true. It's so true. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, these people, these fucking communists, the purity spiral never ends. Never ends! It's so over.
All of us say 15 prayers to the trans god and then cut off our boot. Anyway, speaking of centrists and classic liberals,
that's right. The liberty community has been kind of silent these days, but eventually they're going to show up again.
but I have been a casual viewer now for some time of the one and only Caleb Hammer, because I find his delivery quite enjoyable, and I get a perverse sense of satisfaction knowing
I react to his stuff sometimes. I've made a couple of videos on him. I think it's a great show because in my opinion, the reason why it's funny is from the social perspective. Like, obviously, listen, guys, I'm gonna hit you with the truth nuke. I'm Jewish. Audible gasp, everyone's freaking out. Yeah, so I know a thing or two about investing and saving my money. It came with my blood. So anyway, anywho, I watch this for the social perspective. Like I get actually angry when I see these retards being like, well, I don't have enough money to afford gas, but I had to buy the new set of Labubu dolls. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Not quite as bad with money as I think I am. I bought $70 worth of sandwich meat this one time from a fancy deli. Don't ask me why.
That's insane!
Yeah, dude, this dude crashes out every time. But I'm gonna hit you with a facto. All right, every single month. All right, I'm gonna give you some free Jew advice. All right, every month when you get your paycheck, take 10% of that and give it to charity. All right, you're not gonna listen. But take 10% of that and invest it. Put it in this fucking stock market. Just put it in the stock market. See what happens. Just put it in the stock market. Put it in the stock market. I know, it's a hot take. Put it in the market in the S&P 500. All right, just 10% of your income every month. That's it. That's it. I guarantee you, you will be a millionaire in 10 years. Okay? Literally. Like, this is the crazy hot take.
If you're not familiar with Caleb Hammer, he is a very well-known and popular YouTuber/podcaster who runs the show Financial Audit. It basically brings on people who are objectively horrible with money, goes over their finances, and dispenses—
And they're all leftists. Pretty weird.
some pretty normal financial advice. Like, don't buy $70 worth of sandwich meat from a fancy deli.
What have you not f***ed up in life? Have you ever done something successfully?
Most of the people featured on the show are very entitled. They also
They're all leftists. They're all leftists. The right-wing people get jobs. I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I'm tired of this shit. The right-wing people get jobs. They do. I know. It's crazy. Like, a conservative mindset is, I have to work in this life. God put me here for a reason. Not just to fucking be a couch potato forever. All right? So you go, you make a living, you support a family. Like, this is the classic conservative mindset. The leftoids are actually like, no, actually, why should I work if the government could just give me free things and tax the rich people?
Insanely, and they say crazy things and they do crazy things, and Caleb spends most of the show calling this behavior out, suggesting better ways of doing things.
I would like help building some kind of a resume.
Cool. Astrology's not going to get you there. Resume?
Yeah.
You're just getting fired and leaving everything. What resume can I get you?
I don't know. That's just my goal. It's one of my goals.
Astrology, man, bro. Astrology is crazy. Astrology is like racism for white women. Like, bro, I don't know, man. It's diabolical.
Okay, I need to make a better resume for myself to
Can
try
I see your resume?
I don't have it.
Was going to do a plant medicine retreat and paid for it and couldn't go because it wouldn't work out with her medication. This was
a plant retreat?
Back in March.
And they're all in like these antidepressants because they have self-diagnosed bullshit.
April paid $500 and didn't go.
Yeah.
What is your life? Is this even a financial audit?
Yeah.
I think this is like...
I really did want to go to that though, but then like I obviously didn't do my research and it does interact with one of my meds, so I was like, no. Well, I wanted to go there and see if I could get some kind of thing out of it, if I'm able to like process my trauma.
And all of
they all have excuses too. All of them have excuses. Why don't you have a job? Well, I have trauma from 10 years ago. It's like, all right, so get a job. Literally get over it. Sorry, this is life. Like, what the fuck, man? No, I have trauma. I can't do anything. Trauma. Yeah, my TikTok therapist told me that I actually should just not do anything.
of this, my darling baby birds, apparently makes Caleb right-wing. And not only right-wing, but Caleb is apparently one of the most socially corrosive figures in America right now.
That's right.
And a groomer,
True.
because he shows his audience low-impulse
I just showed you these tweets, man.
capitalism victims and teaches everyone that the aforementioned victims deserve less.
They do deserve less. This is my hot take, the nuclear take. They actually do deserve less. They actually do deserve less because they work less. That's right. That's right. I believe in a very fair society where you fucking get a job and then you support yourself. You deserve nothing. That's right. And every penny that you're funded from the government is something that you should be groveling and thanking the working class for because you don't deserve it.
No, indeed, no. He is merely asking that they don't buy $1,000 worth of mayonnaise and scratchies. What do Americans actually call those? We call them scratchies in Australia. I feel like you guys maybe are a little bit more simple. Maybe like scratch cards, scratch off lotto ticket. What are these named?
I would not know. They're scratch offs, I'm pretty sure, but I don't buy lottery tickets. Because any money that I would be spending on a lottery ticket would get invested in the stock market instead.
Whatever. On the day that I am editing this, Caleb himself tweeted in response to someone calling him an alt-right grifter, writing,
I mean, the right-wing grift is low-key right, though.
Objectively incorrect. Right now, the far left is just insane, and I call out any and all insane people. If it was 2011 right now, I'd be doing the same thing to the Tea Party people burning Obama figurines and freaking out about a tan suit. I don't know what that's in reference to, unfortunately.
Obama wore a tan suit and everyone crashed out about him. How could he wear a tan suit? A president with a tan suit?
And I find this fascinating because Caleb Hammer has said repeatedly that he doesn't really lean in one direction or the other, and part of the reason he keeps going after the left right now, or it seems that way, is...
The funny thing is, he's not going after the left. You have to understand the comedy. The reason why Caleb Hammer's show is diabolical is because he doesn't go after the left. He literally lets poor people come to him so he can audit them and give them advice. Okay? They just happen to all be leftists. That's why it's hilarious. That is the comedy. Because the right-wing guy is not going to take 2 days off work to fly into wherever he is to get a financial audit to go home. The right-wing guy is just going to get a fucking job. That's why this is cinema. Because he's not going after leftists. All of his victims just happen to be leftists. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's like divine comedy.
Because they are objectively insane at present, which I don't think is such a good thing. It makes me wonder if these people are so crazy because they just fundamentally aren't getting enough sleep, which is a shame.
Which is why this video is sponsored by... No, I don't think so. I think that they're inherently crazy because they are abolishing Western values. That's my opinion. I think that these people are anti-Western values. Western civilization is founded on biblical values, and these people hate God. They hate him. Not just they don't believe in him, they hate him. And that is essentially what this entire movement is all about. Everything, every part of the feminism movement is this. Unequivocally and unironically. And that's what it turns them into. Right? There's no purpose to life. There's no need to do anything. No need to honor your parents. In fact, maybe you don't even have a dad. No need to stay married. No need to stay married. No need to have children. Abort your children. Castrate your children. Like, dude, I'll be real. Like, look at this shit. Look at these lesbians. Bro, you see what I'm saying, man? It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. This is the craziest part. This is the absolute craziest part. And that's why everything fails. Because it turns out God gave us a rule set with the Bible, which is what Western civilization is based off, which is what made Western civilization the greatest civilization to ever exist in history. And the craziest part is, these people are doing everything they can to destroy it. These people are following these communist bullshit talking points about how actually the rich don't deserve to have the money that they earned, and in fact, you need to give me all the money that you make. That's right, that's fair. Thou shalt not steal. Ha! You never heard of Karl Marx, Moses. You know, like that's what these people are thinking. That's the craziest part. That is just the craziest part. And it's this hyper radical, feminized college grooming society that's fucking with all these people and turning them into complete and utter failures.
Around March-ish.
Miserable failures.
I think 2025, Caleb even said that he changes his mind as he comes into contact with new information. This caused his trans guest to call him a hypocrite. Because he changes his mind? God, there is no saving these people.
I can fall all over the place because I just try to go with what is true, and I will always change my opinion if there is new information. So I am everywhere. No one knows my politics. I'm a fucking ambiguous. I mean, I see a lot
you're
of...
a hypocrite.
Hypocrite?
Look who! First of all, did I not say that they were lesbians? Did I not call them out for being lesbians immediately? Holy shit-a-moly. First of all, correct. They are lesbians. I'm right. Second of all, this is the this is fucking crazy. This is insane. This is insane. Someone that gets more information and changes their opinion based on the more information they get is a hypocrite because they go against what they thought before. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah. You say one thing and then you change your mind the next week.
I will always be willing to change.
If you research it and change your opinion, holy shit, dude.
Change my mind if new information comes out, or if I learn new things. You're not willing to change your opinion
New information
if new information
comes out all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's okay to change your opinion.
Bro, they used to think smoking was healthy, and then they figured out that smoking is not healthy. So not everyone that stops smoking is a hypocrite. This is the craziest thing ever. But again, this is the leftoid mind. This is the leftoid mind. And the craziest thing is, objective reality means nothing to the left. All right? Are you too anti-left? No, I'm not anti-left. I'm not anti-left enough. All right? This is the Satan party. All right? Fuck this shit. I'm so tired of this garbage. All right? Like, dude, they think there's infinite genders. There is no objective reality for these people. None.
And then the next week, more information comes out, and
it's okay to change your opinion. Yes, because you want to be correct, but you're not.
Yeah, like for example, my opinion used to be, I don't believe that trans people are like a thing, and I think that transgenderism is a mental illness, but I'm not really going to get involved because it's not really my business. And now my opinion is that transgenderism is a mental illness, and we should actually be fucking calling it out, and we should get involved, and it is my business because it is affecting society, and because they're grooming our children. So my opinion used to be, this is a mental illness, but it's not my business. And now my opinion is, it's a mental illness, and it is my business. All right, I'm really glad. See, my opinion's changed on that regard.
Correct by just sitting there and being like, I'm correct. You're correct when the data, facts, whatever is in your side. What the f are you talking about? Either way, all I'm saying is what I was trying to say is that no one can place me. People have tried to place me, but they're never correct. However, based on this conversation,
the crazy thing, I could list you like so many of my opinions that have changed over time. It's so funny. I could list you so many opinions, and I think that's what makes you a good person. It really is. Someone that actually comes to a conclusion and changes their mind. I could give you a few. When I was younger, I used to think that American gun laws were too out of whack. You know, I thought that there were too many guns, too many people were getting guns, it was too easy to get guns. Right now, I am super pro-gun. I am super pro the Second Amendment. It's crazy. Look at Canada. Canada's a fucking shithole. No guns, but who cares? There's stabbings. It's not like there's less killing because there's no guns. It's not like there's less assaults because there's no guns. It's not like there's less robbery because there's no guns. It's just not done with guns as much. That's one. And two, I want to protect myself. I want to fucking protect myself. Holy shit. So that's another example. I gave you so many examples of what I've changed my minds on over time. And I think that makes sense. More people die from cars than guns. Like, so, you know, like, does that mean we should ban cars? I'm sorry. This is retarded. So, no, I've changed my opinions over time. I have. I absolutely have. And I think that makes perfect sense. The left refuses to because their opinions don't come from themselves. Their opinions also don't come from God. That's the craziest part. They believe in what they believe in because they were told that this is the politically correct thing to believe. It's an actual sheep herd mentality where you have to believe all the things. That's why it's all about purity tests and purity spirals. So Caleb Hammer thinks you should get a job, and they believe in radical communism, so he must be an alt-right Nazi. Are we, like, getting a picture of what's actually going on? I feel like this is the picture that we really should be talking about. The leftoid mind only has a belief system based on what society told them they should believe. If it's two consenting adults, it's okay. It doesn't matter how degenerate, immoral, disgusting it is. If it's two consenting adults, everything is fine. Cut your penises off, get into these weird fucking orgy relationship, cuck shit, and everyone's miserable, dying, and not having children, and depressed. And poor. Yeah. Yep. And then they end up in Caleb Hammer's show. And that's why his show is bad against the left.
To you two, I probably sound like the most conservative person that has ever existed in the history of this world because you guys are so far gone.
But he has said all of this before, and he's made it very clear that he's all about financial advice and financial thoughts and
yeah, but caring about finances is a right-wing idea because the left wants it to be a communist utopia where there's no money. Hassan Piker directly said this. He wants money to not exist. He just wants to exist in an infinite, fruitful system, society where everyone has whatever they want. He believes in no borders and no money. And that is what the radical left thinks now, too. Because borders are racist and money is fascist. So essentially, you want an actual fucking Star Trek dystopia. And that's why they show up on his show, miserable.
Opinions and not going on ideological crusades. The dude is just telling people to spend less than they make, not buy stupid crap, and be thoughtful about their finances. This is advice that not too long ago would have just been considered pretty normal. But as I have learned making this video, his extreme left-wing detractors don't care about any of that. And because their ideological center of gravity has shifted, what was once considered moderate is now branded far-right.
It's true. If you're a liberal guy that thinks that transgenderism is a mental illness, then you are a far-right Nazi. Do you understand? Do you understand what we're dealing with? Oh my god, it's crazy. Holy shit. Bro.
Because the Overton window has fallen into the sea, and I don't think it can swim.
Whenever I first saw the financial audit channel, I made a video about him and how I thought that his content was like a proponent of the alt-right pipeline. And it was specifically because of the way that he would talk about his guests, like in the thumbnail and in the title. It was so strange. I remember seeing a video of his, and he had like a trans mask guest on the show, and like in the thumbnail he like edited or like highlighted his chest area like in the thumbnail, and then like the title was something like crazy transgender person or whatever. And like
I'll be honest, this nose ring lady is actually correct, because that is a redundancy. You could have just said transgender person. You didn't have to put crazy in there at all. Very good point, nose ring person.
He had color in his hair, and he made the color like really bright on the thumbnail. Like
yeah, to make her look more retarded. Makes sense to me.
It was so strange.
I know we aren't.
Dude, this is crazy. Holy shit. You see, if I would make a video about your channel, I would call her retarded lesbian as a theory about finances.
He had color in his hair, and he made the color like really bright on the thumbnail. Like it was so strange.
I know.
Nose ring theory proven once again.
We aren't talking about dating here, but is this nose ring theory? Why do they always have to have the stretch septum bar and then...
Oh my god, dude. Everyone notices the nose ring theory now. It's crazy. You want to know my opinion? All right, dude, I have way too many opinions. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for society. I wonder sometimes, does my audience rather me not have opinions because they get me in trouble and stuff? All right, let me tell you the opinion. The opinion is women make themselves beautiful nowadays for purely narcissistic purposes, to get attention from their girlfriends. Women used to make themselves beautiful to attract a male so that they could have a husband that takes care of them, that they have children, and he provides for their family. So it used to be about being beautiful for men. Now it's about basically getting props from the feminist overlords that fucking hate her. And don't actually want her to have a successful, fruitful life where she basically goes ahead and does not actually have a family or husband. So that's why right now they do piercings in the ugliest possible ways, because right now their society taught them that they should be caring about other things. Instead of caring about what they biologically want, which is a husband to take care of them, they are told that they should actually care about likes on TikTok from other retards. That's my theory.
Say the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. This person...
It went from the male gaze, G-A-Z-E, to the male gaze, G-A-Y-S.
Is basically arguing that because Caleb has meme thumbnails and titles, he's alt-right, which is mad because his thumbnails and titles are mean with relation to all of his guests. He calls all of them names. The dude does not discriminate. Look. And yes, I am currently wearing pajama pants, and it's just because my house is incredibly freaking cold right now because I don't have any heating. Anyway, whether it is right or wrong, and you're welcome to have your own opinions about this.
Heating is gay.
This is just sort of how YouTube is, and
Dude,
you know,
you obviously need crash out titles and thumbnails. It's such a nothing point. It's literally such a nothing point.
the more extreme the title, the more extreme the thumbnail, the more clicks it's gonna get.
True.
It's just sort of the name of the game, and if you guys don't like that, then you should take that up with the fact that you all love drama so much. I know.
No, literally no one has the right to complain, because anyone that clicks on those videos literally proves them correct.
You do. I see it on my own channel. I make these drama videos, and you kooky little weirdos, you like them. You like watching them.
You're killing me.
I know.
That's insanity.
But this is basically some of the ongoing criticism about this guy, that he goes after women, especially, except, like, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, women are worse at finances, true.
He...
You're right, he doesn't. Just mostly, because women are worse at finances than men usually. Not every time. Some women are really good at finances, but most aren't. That's just an objective fact. The majority of debt in this country is owned by women right now. Despite the fact that women weren't able to have loans, until 50 years ago, right now the majority of debt is by women. Absolutely. It's on multiple fronts. One, women buy more shit. Women shop a lot more than men. That's an objective fact. And also, women end up in debt for college degrees more than men, because way more women go to college. So women are getting degrees in underwater butt sex, and they're shocked and surprised when they can't actually pay back their student loans. Literally, this is just literally true. I know, you might not like the reality, but that's literally a fact. Here, I'll even show you what my favorite guy ever had to say. This is what my favorite guy ever had to say about women's finances. All right, this is my favorite ever analysis of women's finances. Brothers, pay attention, all right? Pay attention.
Space King Hate Monger? Excellent question. How would they destroy Space King Hate Monger? Excellent question, Hate Mace. The same way they destroy everything. Commerce. This is how much, on average, females spend versus males.
True.
Is it any wonder that the greedy money grubbers in charge distort things you love to cater to them?
True. Hey!
Which is why we must sell untold lunchboxes and garments.
The greatest ad ever. But yeah, no. Women own 2/3 of debt, yet they were only able to take loans 50 years ago. So yes, the reality is women tend to be shittier with money than men. That's just an objective fact. Statistic fact. It is an objective fact. Okay? So yeah, that's why there are more of them on this channel. And also, more women are leftists. It's so crazy how these things all come hand in hand. Society tells them, go get a degree in retardology. And then in pour the fucking liberal women to get degrees in retardology. I'm telling you, man, and I know people in my personal life. I have family members that were like, yeah, I'm dropping out of law school to get a degree in philosophy. And I was like, no, no. Oh, why would you do this? Bro, but literally, this is a true story. It's crazy. I mean, she's doing well now, thank God. But bro! You know what I mean? So anyway, this is a woman issue, statistically. True.
Has absolutely insane, insufferable men on his show as well. But maybe the reason why people
but mostly women, and not because he's sexist. It's because, what do you want me to tell you? It's like, bro, I can't believe it. Why are police arresting black criminals more than white criminals? Yeah, I can't believe it either. I wonder why.
I think that he's harder on women is because maybe
they commit more crimes. Statistically, not trying to be racist. Statistically commit more crimes. This isn't racism. This is obvious. Look at the stats, dude. And everyone's just so quick to jump on the racism misogyny train because they're not willing to contend with the fact that human beings are different than one another. If you come from a culture where rape was legal 7 years ago, Somalia, then yeah, you're gonna have more rapists there. Shocker, shocker. Bro, 13% of the heretics commit over 50% of the heresy.
Women are just objectively like worse with money. Maybe that's a thing. I'm sure that there's...
It is a thing. It is a thing, Sydney. I'm so glad. I should have let her say that first. And then I wouldn't have been called the misogynist because she said it first. Damn. Oh my God. I should have let her just get away. Oh, huge L.
Statistics out there that back up that position.
There are. There objectively are. Despite women only being able to take loans for 50 years, women own 2/3 of the debt. That is a fucking crazy statistic. And also completely true.
But I'm not making that claim.
I am.
I'm not saying that. So, of course, one of the primary...
Bro, there's this whole meme about girl math. I don't know if any of you are familiar with girl math. but I'll teach you. I literally just did this to my women yesterday, actually. It's pretty funny. Oh, dude, what was it about? I'm trying to remember the context. Oh, dude, I remember. She was like, oh, dude, I have to buy this new pot. This is like a really good pot. And it's expensive, but it's 20% off. And I'm like, yo, but we literally have like the same size pot. I get that this is a better pot, but like, why should we get that if we have like the same thing? And she was like, we'd be saving money by buying it. Oh, no, we would not. We'd be losing 80% of the price. Anyway, we bought it, and she loved it, so it was worth it.
Criticisms that I have seen here about him is that he is misogynistic and an incel because he predominantly targets women. I don't know.
Dude, I've been thinking that those Caleb Hammer videos are just...
Nose ring! Bro! How is it every single time? It's every single time!
Really nasty and gross content to be making this whole time, and it comes as no surprise to me that he would step over the line with somebody that he was working with, because frankly, all the videos are over the line. I don't like any of them, and I think that...
Bro, they are literally consenting to go on his show to talk to him about money. They know exactly what they're getting into, man. They know exactly what they're getting into when they go on the show. Oh my god, dude. This
content itself is pretty vile. Like, there is nothing entertaining to me about
don't watch it
there and
literally fuck your feelings, woman. Get the hell out of here, bro.
Belittling and shaming a person for their financial position.
They don't have to be there.
I think it is so right.
Also nose ring. Not at least it's not the septum piercing, but this is purple hair.
And funny that people are just now criticizing Caleb Hammer for being conservative and weird. Were you just willfully ignorant of his thumbnails and titles till this point? Like, are we going to act like he hasn't been pandering to the worst kind of people for years?
Bro, if I would be making a video and put her in the thumbnail, I would title the video, Gay Retarded Fat Crashes Out Over Rich People Criticizing Poor People. Oh, no. Gay Retarded Fat Supports the Poors. I don't know. I feel like we can come up with something good.
Years perpetuating anti-trans and misogynistic ideas.
The misogynistic idea of women having more debt than men. Anti-trans lies, like the fact that transgender people are mentally unhinged. Yep.
I guess I find all of this a little annoying.
Oh my god, he hates trans people because he keeps having trans people on their show and they keep being crazy. What the fuck? What? No, what? They're like emotionally inconsistent, the trans people that he must specifically get the crazy trans people for his show.
Because it's not as if people don't know what they're signing up for when they decide to go on financial audit. And
true.
I think that this is something that Caleb and his team have actually addressed themselves.
What's your relationship with the pushback for taking advantage of poor people? That tends to be a common criticism I see for you.
First of all, I'm not going to have a conversation with someone who has $1 million in their retirement account and they're crying about how they went to McDonald's once last month. Like, that's not a problem. So no matter what, with the show that we're on, we're going to have people that are just bad with money. And a lot of those people tend to be poor. Now, honestly, some of the most interesting episodes to me, by the way, are people that make over 6 figures and are even more. So it's not only poor people, but it gets so difficult because we've had to balance internally what to do when it comes to the reimbursement part of our process.
Dude, I'm noticing something. Why are all the people that are bitching about this guy women? Are there no men that are bitching about this guy? I don't know, man. We'll have to do some research on this.
First, our criticism is we didn't offer anything. So boom, you're taking advantage of poor people.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, we're gonna pay for their time. And it's out now. The criticism then becomes, well, now you're taking advantage of poor people who don't have money to give them money to put their life on display. And it's like, okay.
I mean, I think the bottom line with a lot of this is that you have a person who is demonstrating the various and myriad ways that people skirt responsibility, the way that people take advantage of the systems that are available to them, and the way that a lot of people are defrauding not only the government, but taxpayers.
Go get a job.
True.
Work 40 hours a week, 9 to 5.
I don't want to.
There it is.
And that's a leftist. Only a leftist would say that. Only a leftist would say that. That I deserve to be on government welfare where people that are actually working gives me money and I refuse to get a job because I don't want to. You don't understand. That is literally a classic leftoid mentality. I don't know a single conservative that thinks that way.
Government, take away her food stamps right now. Her income is $1,000. She has kids and she spends $300 a month on her competitive cheer. Guys, she gets
cheerleading. She spends a third of her income on cheerleading, and she has children.
How much in food stamps?
321.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are technically, as taxpayers, paying for her to go to competitive cheer.
This point was actually expressed by friend of the channel, Sean Fitzgerald, also
guy.
known as Actual Justice Warrior.
Yeah, but essentially, that's what it is. Is that not absolute insanity? I feel like that's absolute insanity. And like this entitlement is just exclusively leftist entitlement. Exclusively. People on the right realize the true fact that you guys are all soy guys. No, bro, we realize that you're all retarded. That's it. People on the right realize objectively that you don't deserve other people's money and you should get a job. It's an exclusively leftist ideology that makes these completely insufferable bitches insufferable bitches. It's crazy. It's actually insane. And that's why it's exposing the left, and that's why they hate him.
I will link his channel in the description box because he's a very lovely human being. We like Sean a lot over here. A couple of days ago, he tweeted, Caleb Hammer becoming public enemy #1 of the left because his show inadvertently reveals what everyone who knows broke people actually see daily. That they very often make poor choices, have victim complexes, and low impulse control is legitimately hilarious. But what's crazy is that some people on the left are framing asking for accountability as some sort of right-wing psycho dog whistle and misogyny and homophobia, and that's just not what this is. It's maths. Or math, if you're American. We say maths in Australia because, you know, there's multiple of them. I don't know, guys. When basic arithmetic gets politicized, you know the things have gone a little bit too far.
I just know it's...
Yeah, bro, I can't believe that Zoran Mamdani is forcing all schools in New York City to start learning Arabian numerals. It's absolutely diabolical. Islam went too far.
It's gonna be so cathartic for me.
Bro, she has all the piercings! She has all the piercings, man. Oh my fucking god, it doesn't stop. Bro, what's this lip piercing?
Caleb Hammer gets taken.
Also a woman. Bro, what are we doing, man?
Off of
like, we are literally retardifying a generation of women.
This platform. I've already got him blocked, but when he gets canceled, dude, and it will happen, trust me, it's gonna be so sweet. He is the
It's gonna be so sweet when this guy who did nothing wrong, it loses his career.
Ramsey of our generation, and he is ruining a generation of men who think
he's ruining a generation of men by teaching them to be financially responsible. She would rather all the men be irresponsible, so that they can also want communism.
They can talk to women about finances in the way that he talks to women about finances.
I find this specific video kind of hilarious because during one of his episodes, his female guest basically says that he's not empathetic enough, and his response was basically to say, me trying to help you is the empathy.
But no, it's another leftist talking point. It's like, let me tell you something true. When I say that there are two genders and transgenderism is a mental illness, I don't say that because I hate people that identify as trans. I don't hate them. I pity them. But I don't hate them. And because I love them, I am telling them the truth. That you have a mental illness. Okay? You want to know what actually is being a cruel person that actually hates trans people? The person that affirms the trans psychology. Alright? That's the nuclear take. The nuclear take is the people that affirm that, no, actually, you should cut your penis off and cut off your boobs. Those guys actually hate you. Those guys truly, truly hate you. And they want you to be miserable. And they want you to be in a lifestyle where 42% of the time you will kill yourself. That's right. Those people are fucking evil. Not evil. I actually care. I care enough to tell you the truth. I care enough to tell you the truth despite getting unbelievable amount of hate and getting canceled for it. I do. I get so much shit for this, and I'm still willing to say it, and that's how much I care about you. All right? That's true empathy.
People might watch this and see that because I'm a brave.
I'll just give you an example. Me right now, thank God, I'm a very lucky man in my current place in life. I don't get involved with. I am not one that shares generally because I keep my private life separate, mostly for safety purposes. But that said, if I would have had some sort of gender dysphoria type situation in high school going through puberty, and I would have had a teacher that tried to convince me to become transgender, it would have ruined my life. It would have ruined my life. I can say that, obviously. You know, thank God I never struggled with that. But if I would have, and that would have happened, it would have fucking killed me. It would have ended me. But, you know, thank God I have a dad. So that wasn't really a fear. This is mostly a fear for people that don't have dads. It's mostly a single mom fear. If you have a single mom, look out.
And everything like that, I don't have empathy. Here's the reality. I want you to get out of debt and be able to afford your mortgage so you and your mom don't end up on the street. I would say that is extreme empathy, because I don't come at it and crying and baby you and pat you on the back and say, oh, everything you're doing is okay, when it objectively is not. Is all of a sudden not empathy? No. I want you to have a better life. I want your mother to have a better life, your grandma to have a better life, and I want you guys to get to a better position. Okay. And that is requiring sacrifices, and that actually leads to a reality that is better, and I believe that requires higher.
They would rather live in a objectively false reality that feels cushy and nice and affirming than actually engage with a brutal actual reality. They would rather soft lies than hard truths, and that's fucked up.
Empathy.
Actually, this guest called Caleb out during this episode and went after him because one of his staff was working on his birthday.
I mean, I know someone's here working on their birthday.
Is it someone's birthday today?
You don't even know your own employees.
I don't know everyone's birthday. It's Colton's birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Colton.
birthday.
Congratulations.
What?
Adults work on their birthday. I'm going to cry for him.
I work.
Is she canceling him for making his employee work on his birthday? Dude, this is the most baby shit of all time. Oh my God. The SSRI stare is real. Bro, she's got the crazy eyes and everything.
On a nonprofit, and at least they give us our birthdays off.
If he wanted to request it.
A nonprofit. Interesting. I work on my birthday. Well, what is that? Are you 5? Like, these people are babies.
He could have. That's
I wouldn't have to
his
request it off.
choice. Okay, if they want to treat you like children, they can.
How's it treating like children? It's more
It's
of
a birthday. Who gives a You have one every single year.
It's just called caring for people, I guess.
Caring for people? What are you talking about?
Don't understand that?
You clearly don't care for your mom and grandma who are going homeless because you refuse to get a job.
People actually expect that they don't have to work on their birthday? I'm just saying.
I've never even heard this before. About not working on your birthday. Like, in my like world, I have never ever made a big deal about my birthday ever. Literally never, until I had a woman in my life that, you know, actually does care about my birthday, and it's super nice of her, even though I actually like literally couldn't care less. But she's like, no, you have to do something nice. I'm like, no, I actually like I don't really care. I prefer to just not do that. She's like, no, yeah, we have to, yeah. And it was just super nice. Don't get me wrong, but I don't care. Like, personally, I really don't care. Like, this is not something I actually care about at all.
We stray further from sanity, and I'm not okay with it. And I think the bigger point here, of course, is that many hard leftists have made financial responsibility and financial literacy a right-wing thing. Caleb's core message being live within your means, avoid debt traps, and overspending should be universal, but routinely people act like he's blaming the poor, or the poor are poor because of things outside of their control.
No, most poor are poor because they're lazy. Yeah, that's my incredible hot take. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? That's my nuclear take. Most poor people are poor because they're lazy. I'm not trying to be rude. Definitely some people it's out of their control. Different people have different, illnesses. People have different, circumstances that prevent them from actually getting a job. But most people are poor because they're lazy. That's my nuclear take.
Which, of course, is absolutely true in some cases, but I don't think it applies to most of his guests. These are people who are just incredibly bad with money all on their own.
Y'all know Caleb Hammer is a right-wing propagandist, right? Yeah, this guy that yells at
found a twink. They found a twink, a male, to criticize him.
Poor people for, like, being poor. It's not apolitical, because his whole entire platform is based on finding people that are struggling financially.
No, they find him. They literally ask him to come. That's not true. He doesn't find them. They find him.
And blaming them for their problems.
Usually it is their fault. This is fucking retarded. I love how the left is like, well, we should never actually acknowledge that anything is our fault. We should always just blame the rich instead. Why don't we just blame billionaires about the fact that I refuse to get a job? Yeah, classic, am I right? Why not take accountability for your actions? Dude, I'm telling you, man, the left is, like, actually retarded. Like, again, this is the soft on crime idea also. It's like, why should we put this guy in jail? He's mentally ill. And it's like, he murdered a baby. He killed a baby. But he's mentally ill. Why should we punish him? Why does that make us any different than them? What? What?
Which in individual cases seems harmless.
It is harmless.
But consistently
It's actually good. It's not just harmless. It's beneficial to society.
Showing stories of poor people that are struggling because they refuse to get out of bed does nothing but promote this fallacy.
Fallacy? If they're struggling because they refuse to get out of bed, then that's not a fallacy. That's their fault.
But the reason there is poverty in America is because of individual choices.
Yes. Most of the time, yes. I'm sorry. Incredibly hot take. Most individual poverty is because of personal choices. I know this is like a nuclear take, and how a lot of people, they end up in difficult situations because of many different circumstances, the community they grow up in, the sicknesses, the diseases they have. I'm not talking about every individual, like extreme cases, but your average guy that's poor is because of bad choices. Almost always. Literally almost always. There's community college, and you can get a part-time job while you're in community college to become an accountant. Okay? I'm just giving you an example. All right? You could go to plumber. You could become a plumber. Go to plumber. You could become a plumber and make a fucking great living as a plumber, or as an electrician, or as an accountant. And most of these can be done for relatively free school while you're doing a part-time job on the side. Yes, that means you won't have time for all of these video games and other things that you want to do. That's true. And that sucks. But that's the correct decision to make.
This is, quite honestly, one of the most insane videos that I have seen about this specific topic from top to bottom. Like, yes, some people are absolutely impoverished for reasons outside of their control. But most people on Caleb's show are not this. They are not destitute. They are people who are making horrible, terrible, not smart financial decisions.
Did you set money aside for taxes?
No.
Ever? 19 to 30?
No.
Bro.
Okay, how much debt do you have?
I don't know, like 8,000. Good thing about
$47,128
Oh my god.
of debt.
I'm not sure about that, Nux. If it was so easy to make money on that one thing, then people would do it. People do it. People do it. That's why they make money on it, because they actually do it. There are a lot of jobs. I just gave you an example of a few. There's a lot of jobs. Get the fuck out. You could make a living. And she thought she was $8,000 in debt. She was $48,000 in debt. See, this is obviously a retard.
So I don't know what you mean.
My wages were garnishing because I was working.
Yes, fair, good.
And then when I left that job, they had nothing to garnish.
What?
But they still wanted their money. And so
But she thought because she left her job, she now shouldn't need to pay for things? Because she doesn't have a job?
I'm going to pay in taxes.
Then they knocked on my door with saying, like, you have to pay this and we're canceling your payment plan because you're not making the payments.
Yeah.
But I didn't answer the door so that they
pay taxes.
Can't prove that I ever got the letter.
But what is the most...
Oh my god, and she just admitted it on camera. Dude, these people are retarded, bro. Student loan debt is forever? Yeah, that's why you can't get... Don't get a job that... Don't get a degree in, like, a bullshit scam position.
Important that you need to know is this is your fault. This isn't the world. This isn't random diagnoses that you just fall into traps for. This isn't breakups. This isn't fucking, this is all your choice. This is you, the decisions you've done, the bullshit you do, not wanting to sacrifice and actually get out of it forever and stick to a budget. I mean, again, you write down shit like this instead of actually just using a budgeting app.
I'm just gonna let the rest of this specific video play so that you guys can see the absolute brainworms that we are dealing with in our detractors.
Not only does he spread this right-wing line, but he also does so.
The right-wing line of getting a job. Oh my god, we're so cooked.
In a way that explicitly appeals to right-wing propagandists. LGBT debt. God, I wonder who's gonna connect those two. So,
bro, they were in LGBT debt because it turns out they spent their money on LGBT things. Based. Call them out on that. Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
I know that every single episode there is plausible deniability that his goal isn't to blame poor people for their problems, or maybe this individual.
Well, a lot of it is their fault. It is absolutely, very often, the poor person's fault. Yeah, true. Not all poor people, but a lot of them. They should get jobs.
Could do better. But collectively, and his editorial choice to consistently bring them on, is pushing the political line.
What's the line?
All you are shown of stories of poor people are not people that got screwed over by a system, or people that are really trying their best.
Most of them didn't get screwed over by a system. Yeah, the system makes it harder for some people, but this is in America, specifically. It is the number one. You could actually make it even if you came from nothing. You could. It's hard. Absolutely it's hard. But you could make it. What are you talking about?
Best and just can't make ends meet. But are stories of people that are struggling because of choices they have made or came from privileged backgrounds, which by and large is what Caleb Hammer is showing. And especially if you are given the emotional outlet that he gives to yell at or demean or diminish these people, there is no way that's not reflected in your politics.
This is retarded. This is actually retarded. I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock. No, Nux, why won't you? Monopolies are a big part of this. Dude, obviously, monopolies make life worse for a lot of people. Absolutely. But I'm talking about what an individual needs to do. On the individual level, you got a fucking job. All right? I'm sorry. That on an individual level. And yeah, you can blame monopolies, and you can blame billionaires, you can blame a broken system, and absolutely you could do whatever you want to fix all that shit. But on an individual level, you get a fucking job. Get off your ass and work. Like, this is unbelievable. And look at what this dude just said. You're giving an emotional outlet to yelling at poor people. Let me make this straight. Let me just make this clear. I am paying taxes. My taxes are going to people that are too lazy to work. How does that make any sense?
Politics.
You know, Will, that's this guy's name. His name is Will, who I can tell is probably incredibly bland in real life. Accountability is definitely going to feel like oppression to...
Less jobs available than people that need, though. First of all, yeah, there is an issue with the job market. Second of all, deporting a lot of illegals would definitely help. But these people don't really see that is a solution. Do you understand? If these people would say there aren't enough jobs, then I would say, you know what, whatever, we'll figure something out. Sure. But if the argument is they deserve to be lazy and not actually get a job, then I'm sorry, you have no excuse.
Entitled people. Which is probably why you perceive being held to any standard like this. And it's why you blame the person giving advice rather than the person who is spending money like an imbecile. Also, I think it's sort of insane to act like the majority of Caleb's audience are conservative, because I think that...
Of course they're conservative. Of course they're conservative. Because they're people that care about money. They're people that, I mean, not just care about, I don't mean care about money, but I mean care about actually being financially competent. Leftists care about money too. Most billionaires are leftists, actually. But a lot of people don't know that. They are.
This kind of a show appeals to multiple different...
Like Jeffrey Epstein, radical leftist, supported all the leftist politicians.
Kinds of people. You, of course, have conservatives and right-wingers, but you also have people who are just interested in being more financially literate and are...
George Soros, very leftist, radical leftist. Diddy, leftist. Yeah, no, they're all leftists. Yeah, I know. All the billionaires are leftists, basically, except for Elon Musk. Bezos, leftist. Zuckerberg, leftist. All of them. They're all leftists. Yep. In fact, if you look at where all the billionaires are in the country, they're all in New York and California, two radical left states. Yep.
Looking for actual financial advice. And then you have the sick and twisted people like me who get a level of enjoyment and catharsis out of watching stupid people get screamed at.
Yes. Look at the comment section under my video and just tell me, who do you think Caleb Hammer's videos are being directed towards? Genuinely. Because when I said that he's bringing on liberal women, and
Musk was a leftist. That's true. So was Trump.
All of the comments are attacking me for being a liberal woman.
Yeah, true. You are a liberal woman. Also retarded. Also probably poor. Probably don't have a husband. Doubt you have children. Probably miserable. Bet you're on antidepressants. Nux, are you profiling? Yeah, it's based. Profiling is good, actually. Discrimination? It's actually useful.
You can talk all you want about how septum theory is true.
Well, you're proving it.
But that will never erase the fact that I am 100% right that all of these videos are being...
Someone needs to pick up a magnet and put it to her face and watch her fly across the room.
Sent to...
Bro, she's out here cosplaying Rocksteady and Bebop.
Right-wing people who are just going to...
Bro. What's the name of Killua's older brother? Illumi? Where's that image? What did he look like? Bro! Yo! What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Oh my god. This is diabolical, bro. This is diabolical. Look at this fucker. It's the same. They have the same style. Yikes.
Make comments about people's weight.
And just like a lot of transgender people, this guy was an assassin. Wow, that's crazy. Great. It's crazy.
Looks, etc. Septum theory strikes again.
One thing that stood out to me watching people whinge about Caleb Hammer in these videos is that, of course, he's going to appeal to financially normal people or people who want advice. Women like this can't and won't watch him because their politics won't let them. They take issue with his delivery, the way he talks. They perceive accountability as a personal attack. We've actually seen this time and again, and we've talked about it a lot on this channel, but to reiterate, leftists will often take themselves out of countless situations of their own volition and then get mad at the people who are open-minded enough to watch and listen and use that as a way of justifying why everyone involved and around them is right-wing.
I just went down a rabbit hole looking at this Caleb Hammer guy's content. Is he a right-wing psyop? It seems like he's specifically targeting millennials and Gen Z and telling them that it's their fault that they're poor. And
it is most of their fault, yeah, Drew.
you know, sometimes it is, but also you need to acknowledge that the world that we were handed isn't the world that our parents promised us.
So therefore, do nothing and whine about it into poverty? Like, it's unbelievable watching this. Dude, you're 50. Well, like, this is crazy. Right-wing psyop. It's a psyop that a guy's making YouTube videos.
He's a boomer in a millennial's body. I'm half expecting him to say that everybody's broke because of avocado toast. It's really gross to judge people for taking out student loans when they were 18 years old just because you didn't have to.
What? It's not gross at all. In fact, it's healthy. And I hope that I'm hoping that at least there's one person that watches my rants against student loans knows that they should not be taking a student loan to get a degree in fucking bullshit, retard economics garbage. All right? And gender utopia. I'm not even joking. I'm not even kidding. I know someone that took a gender utopia course. What the fuck are you going to do with that? Nothing.
84-month car loan? Why an 84-month car loan?
I want lower payments.
See, no one knows what interest is.
You know that's not how it works. You are paying more in interest over time. 2024 Kia Sportage. And it is $638.70. That's an insane car payment for 7 years.
Again, the biggest problem here seems to be advocating for any level of personal financial responsibility. When you watch enough of Financial Audit, you realize that so many people who go—
These companies are taking advantage of people? Yes. So should you not teach people about not getting taken advantage of? Dude, I love when people in my comments try to push back. Like, thanks, chat. You're right. The companies are taking advantage of people. True. Usury is a sin in the Bible, and I think that this entire interest thing should be banned in general. Like, to a large degree, at least. But essentially, what the fuck are you gonna do? You're not gonna tell people about it? It's the company's fault, so therefore we shouldn't tell people that they're getting ripped off. Great solution, guys. Great solution. Like, it's so retarded watching this argument. It's like, bro, why would you criticize her when in reality it's the company's fault? So should we not say anything?
On this show are completely unwilling to take responsibility and accountability for the actions that they—
Someone said he thought I was joking that there's a gender utopia course in college. You absolute buffoon. It's a real course. It's a real fucking course. I can't find it right now. I literally know someone who did this course, though. All right, I'm finding classroom discussions, but I don't see the actual course. It's so weird. I don't know. I can't find it right now. I cannot find it right now. However, it is real because I know someone actually did it.
Made themselves that landed them in this specific horrible situation. Instead of admitting to their financial faults and failures, they double down and give you every reason under the sun why they're a victim and why they needed to spend $1,000 on pot plants and stamps. Yeah. But leftists will see Caleb laying into someone who arguably deserves it over these terrible choices, and rather than seeing the situation for what it is, they view these people as poor victims who are just unable to do things for themselves and live life as they want to live it, which is not only wrong, but is incredibly disempowering. At the end of the—
Yeah, all right, so I just looked this up on the AI, all right? Okay, so someone in my chat just said, yes, gender euphoria is the focus of a college-level course, according to their AI. I don't know. I just looked up on Grok, all right? Ridiculous woke college courses, okay? So there's the Film 3000 porn course, offered in a Utah college, a 2-credit film studies elective where they watch and analyze hardcore pornography. All right, there's Relg 32, which is Queering God, Feminist and Queer Theology, about how God is actually queer. There's Unsettling Whiteness, that's a real course. American Misogyny, Latinx Sexual Dissidence and Guerrilla Translation. All right, Queer Religion, Queering the Bible, Queering Food, Racial Capitalism, Race, Gender, and Islam in the United States, Hip-Hop Feminism, Black Queer Experience, Campus Sex in the Digital Age. These are all real college courses, and every single one of them is just a giant pyramid scheme where you can't do anything with these courses aside from teach more people the same course. Yep, are we on the same page?
Today, I am sure that there are some fair criticisms of Caleb Hammer out there, and obviously we aren't going to get into those in this video. This is focused on a very sort of specific criticism being thrown at him, the main criticism being thrown at him. But I really don't think the left are mad at him because he wants people to be more successful. I think they're mad at him because he's pointing all of this out. I think what Caleb does is highlight that the system isn't really rigged against you when you have the power to control decisions, like what you spend your money on. But that's quite inconvenient for people who need an oppressive hierarchy to exist for their ideas to make sense. If you're in control, well, you're on your own, there's no one to blame, and your failures are truly yours. If the system, on the other hand, is inherently rigged against you, well, your failures are just a reflection of the injustice you face. So it's actually quite advantageous to reject these notions of personal responsibility, because then you get to claim victimhood, like many of his critics are so prone to doing. It's probably for this reason that these crazy leftists interpret his come to Jesus meetings as inherently damaging and bad for the people that he's speaking to.
I mean, I think they think it's bad for the entire leftist movement, because it turns out leftists are just highly impulse control, hedonistic freaks with absolutely zero moral framework or grounding. Most of them don't have dads that live at home, and there they are wading through the Karenocracy as maliciously miserable people that are making terrible life decisions and blaming the system and billionaires, and that's essentially what's going on. Hyper materialistic people that just are floating pieces of carbon that think they deserve everything, and it's insane and it's cringe as fuck, and that's essentially what we're looking at. That's what the Caleb Hammer show's exposed. Yep.
When in reality, Caleb is simply asking them to stop making stupid choices. But these people love stupid choices, don't they? Yeah. In the end, the irony for me is that if more people actually became financially literate and got their finances together and understood what they were doing with their money, then I think a lot fewer of them would be so interested in socialism. I'd like to think that they would proceed with systems that would lead to greater wealth and success for them, rather than banging on about initiatives that actually make all of us equally poor.
I mean, listen, I'll be real, I'm so tired of it. I'm just absolutely tired of it. I'm tired of people showing up and being cringe. They don't get a job, they claim they have some sort of crazy illness that's, affirmed by their TikTok therapist, and then they live off the government, which is really just code for living off me. Living off people that actually do work and pay taxes. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Someone in my chat just said Nux has poor fatigue. I don't have poor fatigue. I really feel bad for poor people. There are a lot of poor people that are really struggling and really try. And I have no ill will against those guys. Absolutely, there's a lot of poor people. And I give over 20% of all of my income to charity. To poor families, essentially. Literally. No organizations, directly to poor families. That's the truth. I have leftist fatigue. I have victimhood fatigue. I have a really, really massive entitlement fatigue. But I'll be real. Most of all, I have retard fatigue. And that's exactly what we're seeing here today. The Caleb Hammer Show is not a political show, and it just exposes that leftists are retards. See you on the next one. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.